Hi guys, welcome back. This is 2000 Game again. We're another Snowbreak Containment Zone. So before we start, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you again for the people who try to like subscribe and try their best to like support the channel. We've finally reached 3,000 subscribers. We haven't even reached the end of the year, and I'm really thankful for that. Hopefully, moving forward, we could reach like 4,000 or 5,000, but it all depends on your support, guys. So please do subscribe to the channel. So we're gonna be talking about the drama that's been circulating around after the censorship, and there's another drama like the Snowbro devs can't even take a break right now. But like again, if you come to read what happened to this one, and like shout outs to Vikyush doing God's work, and he's very transparent with what's happening. He just shows what it is and it doesn't sugarcoat it. So there's no bias whatsoever looking like it. But like when I read this one, and I haven't gone to the live stream yet because they did an emergency live stream pointing this one out. The CN Bros are quite upset with the story. I haven't seen the story yet, but like Belo D was trying to like finish the story but unable to because of what happened. They shut it down before everybody could finish it off. Um, Again, CN Bros are getting upset. It's not just because of the story, it's because of what's inside. Technically, the story leading up to this one, there was like again, it's not leaning towards the Snowbreak because there was dying in a sense, like kids getting killed, reverse Yuri, and then one shape shifting character. Oh my god, like that it's craziness. But just make sure that's know for a fact that the CN Bros are not happy. Unfortunately for us, for like for me in the Western side of things, we don't like me. I don't really mind. I don't really mind the story being shitty or whatnot because like I came here to for the gameplay and for the waifus. Like the story again, it's a bit low, like lower tier compared to Nikkei and Reverse 1999. So I'm not really into the story for Snowbreak. Just to be transparent to you guys, I just want my waifus there. But again, the problem is, despite not it being my problem, if you come to think of what's inside the story itself, what are the CN Bros are pointing out, I think it's warranted that they're upset. And I'll be upset too if that's what is the story inside Snowbreak's new patch. Okay, because like uh, somebody killing kids, quote unquote, and then the adjutant getting put in the wayside, putting in Yuri, kind of like monotones there, and then shape shifting characters doing shady stuff. I don't know what's going on. If I will be the one going into that and then reading that story, I'll also be upset because what happened, because I know for a fact, despite me not knowing the story of the characters, I know their demeanors in a sense because like quiet quitter Yao, she's very lazy. Life, you can see his like her actions that she's stern, quiet, but she's loving as well. Then Fanny, outgoing kind of stuff. You can see it in their how they act, how they voice it out. So you can make your own um conclusion on what their characteristics is without even reading the story. But again, if you go into the story and that's what they're saying, I'll be upset as well, despite me not really minding the story. So I respect what the CN Bros has done, and I think the devs have taken an L. Okay, have taken an L. They've acknowledged that because it's written here, as you can see in what Vikyush is saying. Is that let's go here. So Kang Kang, Kang Kang is the one who wrote the the story for the wedding, which is really cool. I like the story there with the wedding, which is really nice. But he wasn't the one who made the story for this patch. Problem is he was busy doing the version 2.5 and like updates at work practices in advanced normally, including having version 2.5. So they're spread thin. Unfortunately for them having that kind of amount of money in the middle of Snowbreak, they only have 100 employees. It's a bit small, I feel, with like lots of things going on. So being split up, worked on individual with less collaboration. He did confirm that the general concept and direction of this event story with the writer assigned to it, but left said writer unsupervised due to being busy. So again, it's written here, he takes responsibility for not having more oversight during the production process, saying that there is no excuse. So that's why they're really really sorry for what happened, they didn't really what's this one? They fired the one who made the story, and they fired the one who proofed or proofread the story to push it through. So I feel like they should have more people who should proofread the story before it goes out. So again, they should have more contingency, or they should have more quality control in how they put out their content. And I think with the money that they have, they could have put some people there, but again, being complacent in a sense. I know they're very busy, but like you still need to give a very good product, and we all know for a fact that they're playing like you're playing a gacha game, and it's a make or break. If the player base gets upset, and especially the CN bros gets upset because they're the bigger ones putting in the dough, you're gonna get screwed. Your revenue's gonna get screwed. And them doing this with the story, it's not that great. So that's the shortcut of the story. That's the gist of the story that I'm hearing. But like it's already here. I don't want to read a lot of this one. But like know for a fact that he takes full responsibility on it, and the blame, and probably working for to fix the perceived issues with the story. So Kang Kang admitted that he has over like he was over like he has overconfident a writer. So this is what happened. So I feel like again what they're saying as well here, that somebody like have gotten their trust, and then when the trust was put upon them, they sabotage it. I'm not quite sure if it's true that these people have sabotage. It's an inside job, and then the one who proofread that was also in cahoots. So looking like that one was I did on the knee jerk reaction. That's what they're implying here. But again, it's still they're the ones still employing the writer. Again, unfortunately, if you're not into like you can still pretend. I feel you can still pretend that like okay, I'm gonna be going in. This your ideals are the same as mine, but like when I get inside the company, I'll do whatever I want. I'll make some like you. There's always bad apples in a bunch. Okay, I think this was one of the bad apples there. So chapter story, how reliable they were with being an incident that he would remember forever. So this is kind of sad. So see, he also debunked the conspiracy theory that was apparently circulating about the higher ups at Season taking over Liu Mao, a specific subsidiary company responsible for developing and working on Snowbreak. No Mumu did not get fired. So so they're thinking that Season will be taking over, but like they're not. Like, Chong Chong again on the left. Chong Chong is on the left, I think. So Chong Chong, the head of producer of Snowbreak, then began talking. He also took to blame, so he also took an L. So everybody has taken responsibility due to approving the story to be. What's this one? He also took the blame due to approving the story to be released. Wait a minute. According to him, there are usually two people that take turns checking over content, but Kang Kang was busy working on future patches and did not check this time. Kang Kang was also busy with meetings with higher ups regarding the refunds after the recent censorship wave, which did not help either. As a result, task of reviewing the event story was done by someone. Okay, I thought uh so he approved it without reading it because he got over like he is confident enough that the one who proofread it is good. So like he approved it without even reading the story. So it's written here, which didn't help either. As a result, the task reviewing the event story was done by someone not on the writing team. A writer and a QC employee was fired as a result of this incident. So he could have just read it. But like, again, like if you're busy, if you're one of the head producer of Snowbreak, so you just try to put in your trust on your team and just like sign it. But like I feel like it's not your call to read that. You just sign it. Like uh if it's quality controlled, you're gonna believe the guy who put in the quality control. So that's what their job is, like, to quality control. If something happens, that's on the quality control team, but the thing is it's still on the devs as well at the end of the day. But again, it's a bit of a conundrum with the regards to, it's a thin line between who's to blame, but like I think both is to blame, them hiring them. But like you can still pretend to be on in line with regards to the ideals of the company, and then destroy it inside, which like we don't know really if it's really a sabotage thing. Okay. but like it's still up in the air. But like know for a fact that again he didn't read it. He approved the story to be released, but like um with regards to what happened to the second sensor wave, they have really hard time. Like, and then, and the task of reviewing the story done by someone on the writing team or writer, like, man, that's why they fired both. So they fired the writer and they fired the one who approved it. They fired the one who did the QC. But I think that's a good thing. Like, it's the right thing to do. If you are not in line with the company, then you should get removed. Unfortunately, sadly, like people lose their jobs, but like again, if you are making your own agenda inside the company and them like it's not reflective of the company, then you're gonna get screwed over. So like because you're gonna screw over the company, so hence them deciding to fire them. So interestingly enough, Liu Mao doesn't actually have their own HR department according to him, and they have been dependent on Season for finding potential new hires. He assured players that Kangkang would be able to successfully rework, hopefully, but like he needs to like he can't be very fast on this. Okay, he can't be very fast. He needs to like think of a story, but I think he's gonna be able to make that one. Hopefully not in a short notice, but like the compensation is good enough. I feel a selector would be good, but again, the hit from making the story is like problems on problems on problems. It's piling up on them. I feel like they're like Icarus on with wax wings because like they came close to the sun too much because of their success in the middle of Snowbreak when they did the 180 with the fan service, and then they need to put in more people in the game because they already got money previously and they're getting quite a lot, and we will see the Q&A as well. I've read this one in advance. Q&A, which like they have only 100 employees, they should have more. I feel 100 would not be enough to handle such big task, and especially with the growing popularity of Snowbreak. So up until this point, the stream has been audio only, realizing. So so it was full audio. Shout out to Vicus, and then they put their face there. Okay. So in real life camera feed, it's unfortunately was rotated horizontally, but it was something to look at so that they will not think that they were fired and they thought that it's AI generated. So Chong Chong on the left, Mumu on the right, rotated the image to a normal orientation for the sake of your neck. The decision to show their faces thanks to the camera was able to debunk alleged conspiracy theory about Chong Chong and Mumu getting fired. So they're still in the job. Hopefully they still stay on the job because they're really doing really God's work for the company as well. But as, again, spreading thin with regards to the people what they have. I think they need to hire more people and they need to have more quality control, especially if they're putting out more products moving forward. So realizing their camera, okay. So the topic shifted to acknowledging various issues with the event. So again, also there's a Yao referral that like Yao's name is almost like a blank kind of like a bad, referral of a like this. Okay, I don't wanna say it, okay? It's considered play on words on her. What's considered highly disrespectful. Because yeah, and then addition of 01, various artworks been problems since the game's first anniversary. And due to alleged sabotage, 01 in this content refers to Li Ying, playable character. And then Roseanne sent a female shapeshifter. This is the bad side of things. Shapeshifter, another group of characters to serve as a plaything. Oh my god, this lead to the dialogue while sounds are implied. Oh my G. Could be heard over a communicator. Oh my G. A girl was seen also leading the way for a group of bad guys. So a child, a girl. So a child. Kill. Oh my god. Like, yeah, like it's not really in lieu with Snowbreak, which is a bit wholesome and risque in a sense, but not overboard. This is overboard. Just reading this one, it's so overboard now. So the host said the issues with the story were one-time incident. Hopefully, again with this one-time incident again, just the same as what happened to the censorship. So they need to build trust. They're losing trust with the player base, and like I know there's gonna be compensation. We got already compensation, which I thank enough, but like they need to build trust, and I feel like this fallout, like not a fallout in a sense, this problem that they have right now, this I hope should be the last for this year. Because if they have another problem this year, people might not, might not have the confidence to play Snowbreak anymore. So, but me, I'm still playing because I'm gameplay and waifu. So yeah, and again, story wise, even though you're not part of the story, if you try to like see this, if you're able to see this with the CN Bros seeing this, I'll be also upset in a sense. I'll like if I play the story, Thankfully, I didn't really play the story. I think Bello D did the story first. So yeah. So according to them, feedback was collected regarding the story. There's a new character as well, an NPC, but like the shapeshifter one, but like they don't know whether or not she's still gonna be coming into the game. So Q&A questions again. So Frisha, Turbo being buffed, most likely she will be. So the devs are aware she isn't exactly wowing players. They should said they will be buffing her. So another problem on their plates. Too much problem. Don't stress out too much having fully voiced stories by 2.5, please. So 2.5, they're gonna oh my god, like lots of problems, lots of like demands. Chong considers this an important thing to accomplish to keep the promise initially made by the past. So they need to do this one because they committed the promise. They don't want to break this one again. If they break this promise again, they're gonna get like, man, they're gonna get grilled. How big is the Snowbreak team? 100 people. So I feel like 100 people will not do. They need more. It's also what happened to Netmarble's King of Fighters All Star. So they removed some of the very good producers there and some of the good devs. That's why it fell and crashing down after 4 or 5 years. So it got end of service. Snowbreak is just on the first year. Hopefully it doesn't be like King of Fighters All Star. Hopefully they add more than 100 people, maybe 150 for like quality control. SSR Nita, we're not gonna be having her most likely next year. Is there any be changes with Yao? Likely because again I've heard that Yao's name is a different kinds of like, see, Yao is potentially getting changes possibly with regards to the story, minor changes to her name, tone pronunciation because it's different if we pronounce it in the CN. That's what they're saying. I don't want to change her personality because I want her to be just like as lazy as can be because I can relate to her. Sometimes I just want to be lazy and just like lounge. So hopefully nothing too much to be changed. Frisha Plasma car when. So that's the car that we've been seeing circulating around. So it might be in the development. If you're running into trouble having content ready in time, why don't you just make patches longer? So I feel like patches getting longer is not gonna be good because the patches are already long enough. If you don't have more content for more people, people will get bored. And I think this is a sweet spot for doing patches. Don't really need to extend it anymore. They just need to plan ahead. They need to plan ahead. They need to get more people in. They need to hire more quality control and double check on the things that they're gonna be putting out because again it's a gacha game and you need to please the player base. If you don't please the player base and if you then piss them off, they're not gonna be spending money on the game and hence EOS is looming further. So logistics start rollout. Quality of life will be added in 2.4. Any plans for better sounds? The gun sounds is really good already, but like if they're gonna be improving that one as well, that's gonna be crazy. What took so long to respond? So I think this is the best course of action for them to respond a bit longer so that they can think on how to respond because the problem with Chong Chong responded to, okay, we're not gonna be doing any more censorship. I think they learned their lesson, which is really good, because like when they Chong Chong promised that we're not gonna be censoring anymore, I think that's they could have not Chong Chong should have not put that one anymore. That like, oh, we promise that it's not gonna be happening again because we know for a fact that they're not the governing body and it can change anytime soon. So they should choose their words wisely. And then I think the live stream and what Vikyush was saying here with the gist of the story, the gist of what happened to the live stream was good enough, I feel. So, hey, wait, like Ching King Do, the host changing their minds on removing her. So, this is the character. I'm not quite sure. The NPC, I'm not quite sure if she's really good. I'd rather have the other logistics because the logistic illustration is really, really good. The lady who looks like Anubis is really nice looking like and then lots of things like follow up posts. So all of this one not really big in a sense that's why the Q&A is very important and what happened to the debacle out there. So again, hopefully it would not happen again. I feel like them putting out this one would be the compensation. This is the important thing. So we already have a selector. Um we could have had another selector for the weapon. That's gonna be crazy if there's a weapon selector and a character selector, but like we can't. It is what it is. 90 moonlit, event currency, battle pass, and silver box. So we could have had more, maybe like 200,000. So, but like it is what it is. At least we have the selector, and I'm really thankful with that. And I hope that they will improve moving forward with this. So, like this is a bit long of a video for and a winded video for me, just telling you the gist of the story and what I feel about this. So, again, do comment on the comment section down below. What do you think about the changes that they're gonna be making and their compensation on what the with what has transpired? I think let them like hopefully they've learned their lesson. I think and then they've taken an L, which is good, and they've gotten accountability of that. But moving forward, hopefully we don't have to repeat this one again. And hopefully moving forward, Snowbreak will not have any more dramas. Hopefully we can have maybe 5 patches or 6 patches before any drama, or but like we'll see. Hopefully no drama for a year, maybe that's gonna be their New Year's resolution. Again, this is 2000 Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe, and I'm out. Peace out. Bye bye.